We keep on going through my past accomplishments. It's been a while since I had any of those. Great to be here, Justin. Excited to be back in Cowles Stadium and see a revamped Rams squad host their first home hit out.
Absolutely, and the fans have turned out in force, as you would expect. They love their basketball here in Christchurch. And it's been a big opening round. Boy, oh boy, have we seen some great games, some close games. The results so far, the Hawks in overtime on Thursday night. Sharks get the Jets on Friday night. Giants and the Tuatara, the winners on the road there to the Aucklanders. And how about those Hawks last night against the Saints? Just their second win against the Saints in their last 14 meetings.
Yeah, really proving their veteran noose. And then we, of course, saw another tight one for the Jets, who couldn't quite get over the top of the game, just passed against the Nuggets. Really proving that they're an improved side this year and going to be really dangerous, especially on the road.
Absolutely, had their chances as well. Still a couple of imports to come into that Jets team. So for the Green Army, stick with them. I think they're going to have a good season. Well, let's have a look at the Airs starters tonight. Of course, they finished the regular season top of the table in 2022. Richie Roger, Scotty Telfer, David Azor, one of the imports, Marcel Jones, 37 years of age, still running around, and Anzac Rosetto. What a great off-season pickup.
Yeah, they had to find a way to replace Big Ty Wynyard, who we'll talk about soon, but he's a player on the rise. I really expect an improvement on his 10 points, 5 rebounds from a season ago.
Let's hear from the Airs coach.
Here with Coach Trent Adams, first hit out of the season. A reasonably disrupted one, though. You don't have one of your top scorers from last year, Anthony Hilliard. What is the Taranaki Airs offense going to look like tonight? Still potent, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're trying to sort of, I suppose, go with what worked last year. Obviously, not having Anton or JJ here, that changes who we are. So we can't force last year's sort of play style on this year's group, but we're definitely looking to stay that same way, and we believe we've got a couple of good wings that the league's going to enjoy this year as well.
And looking at this Canterbury Rams side, some imports you might not be familiar with, but one player you're extra familiar with. What's going to be like going up and trying to guard Big Ty Wynyard today? And you got any secret weaknesses you can take advantage of?
Yeah, Ty is obviously a big pickup from them, and you were on Ty all year about the importance he had to us defensively, and you were really big on that, and that's something that we realised that he's going to now bring to them. So we've got to try and move him around a little bit, and then, yeah, when he's on offense, you know, try and, I suppose, get him off his spots that we know that he's comfortable with. But yeah, great pickup by them, and I'm sure he's looking for a big game tonight.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Well, let's have a look at the Rams starters tonight as Big Ty gets up and flushes one down. Taylor Britt, Jared Wilson Frame, one of the 3 imports in this team. Walter Brown, really looking forward to seeing Walter Brown and the next steps that he takes after a season in the Australian NBL. Troy Baxter Jr. and Ty Wynyard. How about Big Ty?
And possibly the biggest signing free agency in the offseason. Him changing over is going to really vastly improve the interior defense. I'm really excited for Walter Brown, though. I'd like to see him start to reach his potential as a scorer.
Let's hear from the Rams coach.
Well, I'm here with Coach Judd Flabel, who first hit out of the year. Always interesting to see what you're going to get, but in this first game, what does success for the Rams look like tonight?
Oh, look, I mean, it's probably a bunch of different things. I think first and foremost, early in the season, it's really just how connected we can be at this week one. Some guys have been here for days, some, you know, like literally 24 hours. So, you know, we really want to just leave it out there on the floor, try to be as connected as we can. But we understand that the game's going to be, there's going to be some errors out there, but how we navigate our way through that, bring ourselves together, huddles, try to fix them as quick as we can.
And a disrupted preseason is there for the Taranaki Airs as well. Don't have their leading scorer yet, Anthony Hilliard, expected soon. But how do you look to defend a team that is a bit of a mystery right now coming into this one after such a high potent offensive season last year?
Yeah, that's right. Don't know too much about the imports. You know, we've done as much as we can, really. But that's, I guess, the same with any new players at the game one. So, I mean, majority of it has been about us, and I know every coach says that at the start of the year, but I mean, we've spent time talking about them today in the last 24 hours, but, you know, I know for a fact that they'll be well prepared. You know, Trent has his team running the offense smoothly, and I guess they played an exciting brand of basketball last year, and that was successful for them, so we'll probably see similar traits to that.
Thanks for the time. Good luck tonight, Judd.
Well, Casey, I love the fact that Judd Flavel has spent the entire off-season here with the team. That will be telling. The TAB head-to-head, TAB, the official stats partner of the Cowles NBL Import Watch. No Anthony Hilliard. That is telling tonight. Walter Brown, Richie Roger, they are rising stars. Old heads, well, Marcel Jones. Taylor Britt's been around for a while as well. He's a little bit younger. But how about the new colours and the big man matchup, Ty Wynyard and Anzac Rossetto?
And that's the matchup I'm watching tonight. It's going to be really interesting to see if Anzac Rossetto has lifted his game with an off-season from the New Zealand NBL in Southeast Melbourne, training at professional level in Australia. And Ty Wynyard, his body is looking great. He is as fit as I've ever seen. This is going to be one heck of a matchup down there in the low block.
Can't wait for it. Sunday night hoops in the Cowles NBL right here on Sky Sport and with you all on Prime as well. Let's have a look at the officials for this one tonight at Cowles Stadium. Matt Bathurst, Hamish Dale and Sasha Nicholson with the whistles. We've seen plenty of basketball so far in round one, Casey, and we've seen some ripping games. What are your thoughts here?
It's a great start. I think you've seen a few teams possibly a little bit underdone, haven't had all their imports, haven't had a full contingent of training session with those guys, but the effort has been fantastic, and the tightness of the finishes is really portraying what will be as close a season as we've seen in quite some time, I think, from top to bottom.
Rambo up and about, one of the favourite mascots in the Cowles NBL, gives the crowd a wave and a kick. And we're just about set to go here. The Rams and the Airs. Of course, the Airs, magnificent season in 2022. The Rams missed the final six altogether.
Yeah, it was a surprising miss, too. They were one of the probably preseason favorites coming in to make that final six, and the Taranaki Airs surprised everyone with one of the most explosive offenses possibly ever witnessed in the New Zealand NBL. They could really get up and down. It'd be interesting to see if they play that same style, or was that personnel dependent? They've changed some things out. Will they look to be more in the half court? In particular, without that man, Anthony Hilliard, walking bucket, it is going to be difficult to find that same level of scoring in the half court without him here.
There's big Anzac Rossetto. New colours, played with the Bulls last season, of course. 10 points, 5 rebounds a game. 33 games with the University of North Carolina. The 208-centimetre big man for the Airs, and he'll go into battle straight away for the jump to start this one up against Troy Baxter Jr. And we are very close to a start here tonight as the music starts and the crowd gets into it. Game enough for a tip, Casey?
Definitely not, but I like watching them.
Here we go to close out the opening round of the Cowles NBL. It'll be the Rams to get us underway as Taylor Britt takes the opening possession. Here's Baxter Jr. straight away, little jumper. Up short, Rossetto with the rebound. Airs first possession.
Baxter Jr. looks an explosive athlete, really putting on a show in pregame. Hopefully he gets a chance to show his wares during the actual game.
Scotty Telfer starting for the Airs tonight. No Anthony Hilliard. Hard to the basket. Opening basket, David Azor.
Well, nice, strong drive. Looked like he shed some contact onto that finish. And solid execution as well.
Here come the Rams. Baxter wants to hand it off. Back out now with Taylor Britt. Nowhere to go on Rossetto. Foul called here, maybe against Richie Roger. Ball was on the floor. Richie Roger helps Hamish Dale out, turns to the bench and shows his number.
Solid defensive effort here from Taranaki. These first couple possessions, doing a nice job of helping from the weak side. A little too physical there, but had him down in low shot clock again, forcing difficult executing down the stretch as that clock ticks.
Walter Brown. Wynyard. There is that big man battle against Rossetto. Brown to the corner. Here's Wilson Frame for three. Welcome to New Zealand, Jared Wilson Frame.
And let's instantly adjust the scouting report. Get tighter. Take away that dribble because he looked comfortable.
Can shoot. Marcel Jones can shoot. That one halfway down, bobbles out. Brown now has been with the Jack Jumpers. Actually appeared in 8 games. Baxter Jr. slides into the Sky Broadband sign. Halfway under the table, picks himself up, and he's off to the TAB for a couple of shots.
And I think the way that he fell down probably convinced the whistle to get blown there. Didn't look like much of contact, but a little bit awkward late as we see him come right in. Let's see, not a ton of contact when Marcel Jones wanted to get away with, but he gets pinged. And we'll get 2 from the TAB.
You think Walter Brown, when he was picked up as a development player by the Tasmanian Jack Jumpers, expected to appear in 8 games?
You know what? My guess is more, because as a player, when you get picked up, you think it's going to be all rainbows and sunshine. You expect to play in all of them, but you know, he was a solid contributor when he did get a chance, and it's a great sign of the confidence that they have in his abilities down in Tasmania, where they run a great program.
1 of 2 from the line for Baxter Jr. Rams out by 2, early stages here. Here's Richie Roger handing it off underneath. Oh, Marcel Jones will clean it all up.
He just has a knack. The ball finds him because he puts himself in positions to score. Just a really intelligent player in terms of spacing on the court.
Wilson Frame runs in to a roadblock. Taylor Britt sets it up in the corner. Baxter Jr. can't hit. Azor now quickly up the floor. He'll assess his options for the airs. Pulls up, jumper, sweet shot, David Azor.
A nice screen there by Marcel Jones, clearing that space for him. Baxter Jr. has to just step up a little bit more to take away that jump shot, as Azor is looking extremely comfortable early.
Has just been averaging 21 points a game in Iceland. In the action, Marcel Jones sends it away from Taylor Britt.
And lets him know about it.
Richie Roger back of the ring.
That one hit the scoreboard, or sorry, the shot clock up top. So considered out of bounds, as Marcel Jones is still looking to talk to somebody about that block he had on Taylor Britt.
2.5 minutes into this one. Opening round clash. First time we've seen these 2 teams in action in season 2023. Here's Walter Brown, through hands, ends up with Britt. Brown gets it back, skips it out. Wilson Frame on the move. Hard, tough shot over Scotty Telfer, comes up short. Well, Marcel Jones and Richie Roger clearly not talking there. Well, Ty Wynyard, the beneficiary.
Also, Ty Wynyard grabbed Marcel Jones by the waist with 2 hands to take away the angle on that pass. Mismatch in the paint if they can get it over to Wynyard. Mismatch up top, too.
On the charge to the hoop, Taylor Britt. Second player to hit the floor tonight.
And well done by Isaac Rossetto to take away that opportunity in the mismatch, make it difficult.
Roger, open lane, may have just dribbled it off his own leg. He did. Matt Bathurst right there on the scene. And the Rams will get it back.
And we've already got both teams reasonably active in conversation with the officiating crew. This is looking like a physical battle today. They are laying wood out there. It is. Do not tread lightly on this court this evening. I think it's going to take a lot of physical effort to get this done.
Rossetto and Telfer taking a break. First time tonight we see Armand Fletcher for the Airs. Quinton Bailey out there as well, returning home. Familiar territory in New Plymouth.
And if I'm the Rams, I'm getting the ball in the Wynyard right now.
And there he is, right on cue. Good call, Casey. Couldn't put it away, though.
Yeah, once Anzac Rosetto's out there, you really got to take advantage of his physical gifts against all the other defenders for the Airs.
Bailey to the big block. Baxter Jr. flying high.
Oh, my goodness. Richie Roger gets called for the block there. A little unlucky. I think he just kind of clipped his feet. Destroyed Baxter Jr. Showed us that athleticism we saw in pregame and nearly takes the air out of the basketball on that move. I think Richie Roger really unlucky to get pinged on that call. Didn't look like any contact at all, but that's a nice aggressive move by Baxter Jr.
Well, his head was in the clouds for all the right reasons on that occasion. Hasn't he been a highlight early in this one? Here's Brett Fletcher in front of him. Finds some space, hits the corner. Walter Brown loves these shots. That is classic 19-year-old Walter Brown.
And Walter Brown gets the bucket. Nice pass by Britt, but it's Ty Wynyard's role as we see a foul up top at half court. It was Ty Wynyard's role that drew multiple defenders in the paint. They were so concerned with him with this mismatch that there were 3 defenders in there, leaving Brown wide open on the wing.
Product of St. Bede's. Walter Brown getting this crowd on their feet early, midway through the first, tight one. He's got those flowing locks as well. That is a trademark of Walter Brown. Here's Azor. Around the Bailey screen, a little bit of space off the glass. Quentin Bailey battling for it. Taylor Britt had it, lost it. David Azor right into big Ty Wynyard.
bring that wood.
Nice finish back the other way, Wilson Frame.
Well, nice footwork by Wilson Frame to use those big steps to clear out Marcel Jones' shot blocking ability after physical defense by the Rams on the other end.
David Azor. Here's Fletcher now. His first chance, just gets it away in time from the approaching Walter Brown.
And that was a nice recovery by Walter Brown, but on that play, I'd like to see Ty Wynyard just slide over a bit earlier, get some weak side help there.
Taylor Britt into the corner. Nice pass. Max Darling into the action. Can't finish.
That's going to be a foul on Wynyard, just shedding. Quentin Bailey there. Didn't like the physicality of the box out, so he gives him a little shove.
And what about Max Darling, Casey? 11 games last season, averaged 13 points and 6 rebounds. Injury interrupted.
Yeah, still hasn't scratched the surface of his potential. You see his frame, his strength, and his skill set. He's a guy who in this league can absolutely dominate. And I'd really like to see him take a big step up in his career here with the Rams this season and help him. And that would certainly get the Rams to a higher level of success.
Kevin Brown onto the court for the first time for the Rams. A little bit of a nudge there. That'll be against Walter Brown. Is that his second?
It looks
Gut
like the
level.
first personal. No, sorry, you are correct. Second personal foul. You are right. And
Is
see
the
that?
G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay?
Yeah, he's got both hands in that back there. If he keeps those hands out, he might get away with the contact on the body, but once those hands extend, it's an easy whistle.
You like what you see on the court, the fashions, the singlets. Check out the team merch shop. There's the QR code with thanks to New Balance. Oh, Ty Wynyard. He thought that was clean. David Azor off to the TAB. How did you see it, Casey?
Tough from this angle. He looked like he got the ball on top. The body is, of course, the question underneath, and the official had a better angle from it down there. From there, yeah, that's a foul. He displaces him on the shoulder there, and it doesn't look like a lot of contact, but as an airborne player, if somebody hits you and they're not in that straight up and down cylinder, you do expect that whistle. And this could be a test for the Rams. When you're to the bench early with 2 personal fouls, he's been really responsible for that defensive pressure, as we see Azor hit that first from the TAB.
23-year-old Azor, 4 years at the University of Texas at Arlington, 20 points a game in his senior year.
I wonder if they still have the gym on a stage. So once upon a time, they played in a literal theater with the court on a stage. It was a little bit dangerous off one side.
Well, they're all performers, aren't they? What's wrong with that? You've been on the stage a few times, Casey. Oh, Tevin Brown. First shot of the game, first shot in New Zealand for Tevin Brown, and he absolutely nailed it.
Well, first touch as advertised. There's big hype on his ability as a player and his intelligence on the court coming from the Canterbury Rams staff.
Azor has been active in this first quarter. Fletcher alone at the top. Fires away, nearly got his own rebound. Here comes Tevin Brown on the move. Oh, pass was slick. Looking for Kaya Isaac. So close.
It was a nice break. The ball bounced their way to ignite that transition opportunity. But Tevin Brown, just a little bit of adrenaline. Got behind that pass, too much weight, not enough speed work.
Coming into the Sal's NBL after 45 games this season in the G League with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, Tevin Brown, part of the Indiana Pacers program. Armon Fletcher showing the handles, can't get the finish.
That is shifty, as Anzac Rosetto can't quite shed the box out of Aiden Tong.
Speaking of G League, Casey, Armon Fletcher has just spent the season with the Ontario Clippers.
Ooh, Ontario. Ontario seems cold.
Sounds cold.
I wonder if is it Ontario, California? That must be. If it's the Clippers, it's got to be Ontario, California. So that's a much warmer version.
That's a bit warmer. Here's Tevin Brown. Can he go 2 from 2? Oh, yes, he can.
Yeah. And Scott Telford puts his hand up there. He's a little bit delayed on that shot. these imports have come in looking for that perimeter jumper, and we've seen why with shots like Brown shot there.
Back-to-back triples for Tevin Brown. A little bit of a travel there. Anzac Rossetto, happy feet.
Well, just the second turnover of the game for the Airs, but an unforced one. And you don't mind aggressive turnovers. When you're out there, you're working, a mistake happened. Similar to the turnover that the Rams had on the break, but you just don't want those slip-ins.
Rams out by 5. Oh, don't tell me. That one short for Brown. What an electric start tonight. Here he is playing defense on Azor. It ends up with Marcel Jones, front of the ring, a rebound, bobbles around. Young Kai Isaac comes up with it. Runs into Azor, good hand from Azor. He'll get it back from Anzac Rossetto. Goes hard at the glass. Max Darling with the foul.
What a really nice delivery there by Anzac Rossetto. Dives on the floor and just flicks it out behind his back to ignite that break. And there we take a look at it, just flips it behind right into the fast break opportunity. And Azor, he has been strong to the rim. He is getting to the free throw line. He's got 6 points. And he's got 2 free throws already. I may be thinking about that time that he went to the line and Ty Wynyard sent him to the ground and he didn't get the whistle. Make it 7 points for Azor to go along with 3 rebounds.
And he's a perfect 3 of 3 at the TAB tonight. The lefty, make that 4 of 4. Good start tonight for David Azor.
You can already tell he's got a nose for contact, does not mind getting in there and soaking it up.
Reminds me a lot of Sean Willett, 2022 for the Airs. Tevin Brown, slick hands underneath. Max Darling left it behind. Here's Azor again. Skipping around. Fletcher driving hard. Short corner. Armon Fletcher.
Well, there was a bit of contact there that he was trying to sell, but he is already highlighting his athleticism and handle. Really got some great elevation on that pull-up to shed the defense of Kai Isaac.
And the 27-year-old Fletcher was highly touted in the lead up to this season. Maxwell Darling.
Well, really nice job of running, of just setting it up the court. It looked like, I believe Clinton got that pass over to Max Darling for the wide open look because of the sagging heat.
Rossetto turns to the basket. That one rolls around, didn't drop, unfortunately. There he is playing defense now on Tevin Brown. Inside, receives it from Britt, hands it off. Great play. Tonga couldn't finish. They'll get another chance. Taylor Britt. In fact, it's not Taylor Britt. Clinton in there with the dime. How about that from the Rams?
Forget about Quinton, talk about the dunk. Max Darling's pulling down the rim. Let's not worry about nice assist, nicely played there.
Here it is.
Tom couldn't get it, but Max Darling showing the hops and nearly pulling down the house with it.
And doesn't he love getting up, Max Darling? He takes a break. 33.9 seconds to play. And back down the other way, the Airs find themselves at the TAB again. 6-point margin. Fletcher makes the first.
Shooting percentage is a little down for Taranaki right now, just 5 for 14 from the floor and 0 for 4 from the three-point line. And compared to 5 for 8 for the Rams. So if I'm the Airs, I'm reasonably happy with where we're at right now. Just down 4, but giving up 15 points in differential behind the arc. That's going to even out as this game goes along.
Here is Clinton. Tevin Brown off the glass. Handy little finish, and hasn't he brought some life to this Rams crowd in this opening quarter?
He looks like he's playing at a different speed. His cruising speed just looks 1 or 2 clicks a little bit faster than everybody else on the court.
8 points in the game already. Bailey turns it over. Here is Brown again on the move, having a look. He'll go late, he'll go big, and he won't get the roll off the front of the iron. How about that for an opening quarter tonight? Sunday night hoops in the NZNBL. The Rams are out by 6. What a start. Don't go away. Dunks, dimes and big threes. The opening quarter here at Cowles Stadium has had it all tonight. The Rams lead this one by 6 over the Airs as the teams head back on court for the second quarter. Casey, your quick thoughts?
We've seen an improved commitment to defense by the Rams, especially physical defense. I think they did well to weather that foul trouble to Ty Wynyard, and really hot from beyond that three-point arc.
Well, let's head down to the sideline and catch up with Airs coach Trent Adam. Coach, the Airs from beyond the arc in that opening quarter, 5 of 9, something no doubt you spoke about to your Chargers.
When you say the Airs, do you mean Rams?
I meant the Rams, of course.
That's outstanding. Yeah, we talked about our on-board defense at the point of attack, so the ball screen we weren't in our hits that we need to be in. They were turning the corner, we were overhelping by a step and then throwing it out to the shooters. Good spacing on them. We've got to do a better job of impacting the ball.
In a game like this where you're just running into these imports for the first time, how much is that success from deep? Just the fact that you're testing the waters a bit, trying to see if they've got that ability to shoot here in this league?
No, we're sort of aware of their shooting ability. They did a good job as far as understanding who their shooters were. We were comfortable knowing who shot the ball well, and we needed to get body contact on that. And we just failed to execute the scout a little bit there, so we need to do better going forward.
Appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you. Best of luck for the rest of the game.
Great job, you guys.
Here's Brown, looping it up and dropping it in.
Well, you've been singing his praises since before this season started, Justin, and I'm seeing why after catching a little bit of it in person. He has got a nose for where to be on the court. Just reading the defenses really well right now, curling that straight in, finding that space with the quickness, takes the hoop, takes the harm with the pretty finger roll.
Well, I don't want to get too carried away after 11 minutes of action, but he is my MVP tip for the season. Here's Baxter Jr.
And the threes keep on coming. 6 for 10 now are the Rams, and a turnover immediately as Clinton gets that steal and the finish.
I like what young Quinn Clinton has done, 24 years of age.
I'll tell you, Quinn Clinton is a tough one to say 3 times fast, though.
Absolutely. We'll test you a little bit later on, maybe the second half. Here's Rosetto. Roger. All of a sudden, margin at 13. Telfer has a nose for a triple. That one doesn't drop. Here's Brown again.
He's got the mismatch. He can go to work.
Clinton, by the way, was a DP with the Breakers back in 2017, so he knows his way around a basketball court, the local.
Woo.
Have a look at this. Oh, have a look at that. Armand Fletcher knocks that one into next week. The Airs come back the other way. There's a foul.
Wow, that was electric. Really nice move by Brown, losing Rosetto. But look at the recovery there by Fletcher. Bit of contact Brown wanted. But welcome to New Zealand.
Gotta love that.
It's a little bit more physical down here.
Armand Fletcher.
We're seeing some athletes out there on the court right now. They have lifted up this level of athleticism.
Absolutely love it. Quentin Bailey, former Ram, of course, nails the first.
Yeah, played for the Hawks last year. Followed McDowner as he made that trip north and back to his hometown, Taranaki. I'm sure they're proud to get him back in the region. And I'm sure whatever weight room he's, whatever gym he's a member of is proud to have him back too. Looks like he's put some time in there.
Absolutely. Tevin Brown taking a break, by the way, with the applause from the Rams fans, as you would expect. Here they go again. They're on the move. Kaya Isaac runs in to Armon Fletcher. That's block number 2.
2 in a row as well.
Bailey.
Nice D there by Darling. Jumping straight up, but still being physical.
Wilson frame for 3. And at the moment, the Airs just need to settle this one down. Margin at 11.
Just need to create a good quality shot here. I'd love to see something possibly in the post with Rosetto, but it's got to be on the rim.
Here he is, the big fella. Hands it off to Richie Roger, finds a lane, gets to the basket.
And nice job there. Coming off the screen, solid screen set by Rosetto, but the exploratory dribble gets Roger to the cup for 2.
Britt. Around a couple. Switches it out, came off a hand there, I think.
Fletcher's got some activity on the defensive side. He is getting in passing lanes, doing a nice job on the ball, and of course we've seen what he's done as a weak side defender with that block. Keen ability he's had shown on a couple of occasions.
There's Trent Adam having a chat with Scotty Telfer. Darling threw down that thunderous dunk late in the opening quarter. What a beauty that was. Wearing some contact, Taylor Britt. Regular for him. In and out of traffic, and he now is off to the line to look at a couple. Looking for his first points of the day. He's done a nice job of just running the show up to this point in the game, getting the ball in good positions, but I see him looking to probably have a less of an impact on the scoring sheet this season with all the weapons they have this year. He's certainly capable of it, but I think this season we're going to see his bona fides as that traditional point guard setting the table for his teammates really come to the forefront. 7th season with the Rams. Taylor Britt, of course, won a title with the Perth Wildcats back in 2019-2020. As Ben Freeman just fell down on the wet spot there. Got to get some towels going. Here he is, Benji Freeman. In his 2nd season, the 19-year-old, setting some screens there. Under pressure. Oh, Baxter Jr. nearly had it at mid-court. Azor now needs to work here. The shot clock is down to 4. Has to go. Goes long, goes deep. And the Rams up with it again, starting to take control. And blocking out really nicely as a team. As we've got a whistle here. I think we have a shot clock issue. Taylor Britt not too happy that the game was held up for that. Well, that to me seems like reversible error. So they're moving the shot clock. They had a correctable error. You know, they had 3 extra seconds. The clock was down just to 21. So now they're moving it to 18. Just started off a little late. Results so far in this opening round: the Hawks by 5 over the Bulls. The Sharks by 9 against the Jets. Tuatara got the Giants by 5. Hawks by 14 against the Saints in Wellington last night. And earlier today, what a thriller down in Dunedin, hoisting up their championship banner. The Nuggets getting the Jets by 1. And that'll give us plenty to talk about, Casey, as we head to a timeout. Taranaki. It's a busy week coming up. We've got a lot to pick apart from round 1. And of course, you can join us on Hoopheads. Oh, yeah. Which Hoopheads you talking about? On SENZ? On Sky Sport. There you go. It's always better when we get to see your pretty face, Justin. Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Here's Trent Adam.
You know what I mean? And all it was, like, let's just slow down a little bit. Let's get our spacing that we're comfortable with, get into an action, and then all of a sudden you're all the way downhill. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I know it's like, it's our first game, and you know what I mean? But like, slow down. Let's get some real good composure about what we're doing and some real good accuracy. Make sure we're going forward on shots, just in case, like our bigs are competing great, and there's these secondary balls floating around. Can our guards pick those up? We're cool with this.
So Trent Adam there, Casey, just asking for his team to just settle it down.
That's great advice. You know, a reasonably young team on the road and not playing just yet, feeling a little tight. You know, you just got to go out there, play loose, play with a lot of confidence. They were solid early, and the Rams have just gotten over them a little bit. And it's because they're not doing a great job of getting back in transition. They've given up a couple of those looks. It's all defensive for the Airs right now. You know they're a team that's capable of scoring more than 20 points in just over 13 minutes.
Tevin Brown, 10 points. He's the game highest scorer at the moment for the Rams. David Azor has 8 for the Airs. Let's restart here. Wilson Frame has already done some exciting things. He'll fire away from deep again. Battle on the boards. Max Darling, what a tip-in.
Yeah, he did a nice job of taking that block out as Taylor Britt gets the steal right away.
And they're on the charge again. Max Darling looking to finish it off. Not with that shot, he won't.
I think he overthought that one. If he'd gone straight up, it would have been tough for Freeman to block it. But nice recovery by Taranaki, getting back quickly after the live ball turnover.
Richie Roger back home after winning a bronze medal at the 3x3 Asia Cup. Fletcher in the corner. That'll be tough from there, but that'll count.
Troy Baxter Jr. just so high in the sky, I didn't know the rim was there.
Well, great athleticism from Fletcher as well. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, actually swinging off the ring there.
Love the drive by Fletcher. He's showing a real affinity for that penetration. Has put it on the floor and showed himself to be a handle to stay in front of him.
Here's Darling. He's pulled up his dribble here. Needs to move it on. Taylor Britt looking to lay the table again. Keeps it alive. He'll fire away from deep. Darling, big rebound. Back at it.
Great work on the glass. Just needs a bit more patience on that second opportunity. Anzac wants the ball down low.
Azor has Baxter Jr. in front of him. Now he's looking to go all the way across to Richie Roger. No. Wouldn't mind having a look at the shooting percentages with thanks to TAB. We'll bring those up in a moment. Wilson Frame from deep, drains that one.
Anzac was at a really concerned with the driving ability, takes that half step back, but Wilson Frame, he wants that jump shot, found the space, took the space, nailed the triple.
Airs 0 of 7 from outside the arc. Rams 7 of 14, lead at 14. Richie Roger draws the foul. He's off to the TAB.
Yeah, I think I said at quarter time that the Rams' 5 3-point made shot advantage is going to even out at some point. Well, not yet. It's a 0 for 7, ice cold night. Well, what is a reasonably balmy day down here in Christchurch. A little bit surprising.
Timeout here. Second quarter has belonged to the Rams. Coaching staff having a chat. They'll be happy with what they've seen so far in this second quarter. And if you thought round one has been a lot of fun, a quick look ahead to round two. Saints and the Bulls, Tuatara and the Airs, Giants and the Bulls on the double, Hawks and the Airs, Rams and Jets here next Sunday, and the Nuggets and the Sharks next Sunday night, live on Prime and Sky Sport. And I'll tell you what, when you talk Nuggets and Sharks, Casey, there's not a lot of love lost.
The Battle of the South.
On top of each other too much. All right? So with this lineup, stay with your Kings. Defensively, boys, defensively. Stay with your wall-ups. You had them all good until the hands come down, okay? Let's go now, come on.
So Judd Flavel just asking for more of the same. Big crowd in here tonight. They love their hoops here in Christchurch.
They've been supporting this Ram squad just supremely well over the last few seasons. Weren't rewarded with great performances on the court last year, but Judd Flavel in the front office for the Rams has reloaded this lineup, and you can see the dividends it's paying already. A much more explosive offensive look to this squad, and a commitment to defense has shown through so far.
Richie Roger nails the first from the Razine, 4 points in the game. Second one, good also. The Airs needing to bridge this gap before the half.
Big 4 minutes for them. Can they find a way to dig back in and get this under 10 points? That would be a huge mental victory for them going into halftime.
Haven't seen a lot of Marcel Jones tonight. He was getting some work done on his leg before the game, maybe carrying an injury. Wynyard battling his way to the basket, wins it back. Got to stop on the game here.
Just
got to let that go.
You got to wait until after that play's done. There's no reason to stop it right then and talk about the shot clock. The shot's obviously going up. I understand they want to get the ball right, but you have to understand the flow of the ball game.
Well, in fact,
they're saying that Ty Wynyard's shot did not hit the rim.
I think Ty Wynyard's a little bit perplexed as well.
I thought it hit the rim, but
need to have another look at it, Case.
When they make that call, suddenly I doubt myself. Officials always making me doubt myself.
Here's Azor. That was his start in the first quarter. Maybe Brown getting a little bit of a fingertip to that. Baxter Jr. loves a three. Troy Baxter Jr. on fire for the Rams.
Considering the first one did not look very pure, the next two have been nothing but.
Going hard to the basket, Quentin Bailey. That one knocked away. Tevin Brown.
Timeout to the Airs as Coach Trent Adams sees a couple of things he doesn't like. The defensive intensity. Ty Wynyard gets the first one. Baxter Jr. would have had it if not. Then Tevin Brown leaks out to pile on to his game high 12 points in limited minutes.
Well, the Airs have got some work to do right now. This second quarter well and truly has belonged to the home team. Let's hear from Trent Adams.
Finishing off 2 in the paint. These guys are being pretty physical. Referees aren't calling stuff. Let's get to a 2-foot plant. Let's get the foul, and one's out there. So just understand, good play, good read, good attack. Okay, the referees are allowing a lot more contact than I thought they would be. Sweet as. Let's adjust to that. Let's play off 2 feet, throw the ball, get them jumping, initiate, and one. We cool with that? Good job defensively down here, that last possession. Great job walling up, not forcing a foul. Shot clock violation. So I know this is crazy. We need to play fast, but not in a hurry. Play fast, but not in a hurry.
19-8 second quarter to the Rams, and they are dominating across the board, Case.
Well, the best advice that anyone has ever given was John Wooden's play fast, but not in a hurry. You know, you got to be quick, but not mentally quick. You got to be under control, and this Airs team is starting to get sped up, especially in the half court. Struggling to find space at the rim with the physicality of the Rams, and certainly struggling to find some kind of rhythm. When you combine that 0 for 7 from the three-point line, it's a good thing that they've got 10 for 10 from the stripe, which has kept them within touch.
Here's Bailey. Somehow just found a lane all the way down through the middle, but he's going to be caught for that one.
Well, a nice aggressive move, but that's the exact opposite of what Trent Adams was just asking about. You don't want to get hurried up. Not a bad drive and an unfortunate travel because he got there, but take the coach's advice. Listen to what he's asking you to do. Let's get ourselves under control. Let's not go out and get put right back onto the track.
Rams in control. Pass inside, finished off by Ty Wynyard.
Oh, the steal.
He's got it back, Taylor Britt. Momentarily, great play by the Rams point guard, Armon Fletcher. That's handy for the Airs.
And you know when a guy comes back from the G League, he's used to a three-point line a little further back. So you have to think in your defensive scout, I need to pick this guy about 1 or 2 meters off that line.
He's got 11. Wynyard lost it, pass wasn't the best. Here's Rossetto, off balance, swooped upon by Tevin Brown. He's got runners with him. One of them is Baxter Jr. Wow.
Well, that's an example of 2 fast breaks. One how you don't run it, and one how you run it perfectly. And Zach Rossetto gets caught, can't quite find the angle for the pass, but Tevin Brown to perfection.
Is this Rams team going to be fun to watch this season?
They are. They are looking like a team that can score in bunches from anywhere.
Britt all the way to the hoop. Why not? Easy as you like. Taylor Britt.
And Trent Adams can't use another timeout. He's already burned a few trying to get his team to find a greater level of urgency. But right now it's about execution on this end. That looked like a charge. Rogers lucky not to get it.
Tapped away. Loose ball.
They are just outworking the Airs right now on every level. Really getting after these loose balls especially.
It just feels like they've got players everywhere. The Rams, and off they go again. That is classic Taylor Britt.
Well, it's always nice to come off a screen that a body like Ty Wynyard is setting. Gives you a lot of space, and these guards just have to be ready to take advantage of it.
Margin 22, heading down towards the half. Warning shots fired across the league by the Rams tonight. Handy set up there by Roger to Rossetto.
Nice spacing by Rossetto to swivel out, get to that weak side, and make himself available. Nice drive. Still that 20-point margin, but a good sign.
Brown underneath, good pass. Ty Wynyard completes off to the TAB.
Well, Tevin Brown, he has a bag, and there are multiple skill set in it. Man, he's got the triple, he's got the assist. Look at that dime to Baxter Jr. on the break. Really, you see how he looked early? He saw who he had. He knew where he was going the whole time. He just wanted to draw defenders to set that one up. That next play, the pass, to me was even prettier. That setup to Ty Wynyard, that bounce pass in there, and here sets him up again. Just doing a really nice job.
Well, I am pleased, Casey, that you have joined the Tevin Brown party.
It's not a party till you see these guys. It can't be a party when they're still overseas. You never know what happens on that flight.
That's right. The good old flight. Offensive foul called against Rossetto.
Yeah, unlucky there, just a bit too handsy, I think, on that one. Armand Fletcher read it well, came off nicely.
Look at that scoreboard, 29 second quarter from the Rams. Have just busted this game open.
Still 8 for 15 from the three-point line, but 12 for 23 from inside the arc, which is also good.
I reckon there's 8 other Cells NBL coaches, Casey, busy taking notes at the moment. This Darling misses everything. Dying seconds now of this opening half. Late basket here for the Airs. No, plenty of contact, no whistle.
You don't want to go then. You want to take the last shot, especially down 20.
Well, the Rams are going to get that chance. Wilson Frame comes up short. And what an opening half for the Rams. They have dominated this one. Second quarter in particular, 29 points they added that quarter to the Airs 13. So many highlights, so much to like about what we've seen so far. And no doubt, talking points across the league as they sit and watch this Rams team in action for the first time in season 2023. Tevin Brown has been a star. Here he is with Casey Frank.
Well, Tevin, not too far since you've been off the plane, but you're looking well in control of the game. What do you like from the Rams out there in the first half?
Mainly our defensive effort. We're playing really hard on defensive end. We're doing a good job of making them take tough shots, and we rebounding well.
When you're looking at the Airs, what are you afraid that they're going to do in the second half? What are you going to go in here and make sure you're ready for in that when you come out of the sheds?
We're just going to make sure our ball screen coverage on the offensive end is very efficient and just keep moving the ball side to side.
Appreciate your time. Good luck in the second half. And I've got Armand Fletcher coming here as well. Also, pretty fresh off the plane, haven't had a lot of time with this team. We're looking like the legs are a little heavy. What can you guys do to stop this transition attack in the second half?
The biggest thing for us is just communicating in the transition, man. Staying together and, keep playing hard. Things are going to click. It's a lot of new guys on the team, and, we're all gelling together. So it'll take some time, but we're getting there.
Offensively, You've struggled a little bit from behind the arc. How can you guys get some cleaner looks, just 1 for 10 in the first half?
I don't think it's our looks being clean. It's just, us keep shooting the ball. We're getting good looks. Guys are stepping in really confident in shooting. And it's basketball. You're going to miss some, so we got to keep shooting, and they'll start to fall.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
So the Rams in control at the half. They lead this one 51-29. Opening round action in the NZNBL. It's a Sunday session, and there's plenty to like about what the Rams are serving up. Stats to the half coming up after the break. Welcome back to Cowles Stadium in Christchurch. Sunday night basketball in the Cells, NBL, and the Rams in complete control of this one at the half. Over the Airs, David Azor started well tonight for the Airs. Casey had 8 points in that opening quarter. He's just preparing to come on. There he is on screen. Didn't score in the second quarter though.
Yeah, started off really hot, and then you saw those driving lanes just kind of close up on him. Didn't get as much opportunity. He's going to have to lift his level of aggression to try and get this Airs team back in this ballgame.
And one player we've spent plenty of time talking about over the years, the 26-year-old, seems like he's been going forever, Taylor Britt. And he has been laying the table perfectly for the Rams tonight.
They're taking advantage of the offense which is there. 0 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second. He's got 3 assists to go with it, as well as a steal and 0 turnovers. And it's nice to see him really embracing that role as a forward general and distributing to his teammates and getting his Rams side going.
And he's one of the best decision makers in the competition. He holds the ball up, keeps the dribble alive, and waits for that perfect opportunity. And I think, as you said during that first half, there won't be a lot of scoring this year for Taylor Britt. He's got scorers around him, but he will absolutely deliver those dimes to them left, right, and centre.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be nice as the season goes along. We see these guys get more and more comfortable.
Just about set for a start in this second half. Don't forget, the NBA play-in tournament starts Wednesday on ESPN. Can't wait for that. Always fun and games in the NBA play-in tournament. Make sure you join us. You got any tips there, Casey?
Yeah, wait until the season's over to decide who's going to be in, because it is up in the air in that West Coast Conference.
Back underway. First possession, Rams. Can they stretch this margin? Ty Wynyard going up against Anzac Rosetto. The Airs just need to chip away here. Have to win the quarter. Still no Marcel Jones into the game. That'll help Richie Roger.
A good solid screen by Rosetto, and Roger is able to turn the corner on this one to help them get out there to force him back the other direction. Much easier path to the basket.
Are we safe to assume that Marcel is done for the night? Oh, nice pass inside. Baxter Jr. Walter Brown through traffic.
Boy, and he's calling that shooting as well. I thought that contact was still while he had the ball on the floor, but that's not the interpretation, so he will get to the cup. See, to me, that's where that foul was before he picked it up. Whistle was blown, but Walter Brown gets the benefit of the doubt with a couple of attempts from the TAB.
Marcel Jones sitting right down the end of the Airs bench at the moment. Saw him early in the game. In fact, he started tonight.
Yeah, didn't get a lot of time since he came out. And he was in the training room a bit late. Spoke to him before the game. He said the body feels pretty good. He said no complaints, which is all you can ask for in your latter 30s as a basketball player. Because there's definitely complaints, he just didn't tell me.
Richie Roger floating it up, taking out Baxter Jr., who I think may have been called for the foul there.
Yeah, he got called for the block. He I didn't see how early he set up, but once again, aggressiveness on the rim. Taranaki, when they keep doing that, Richie Roger gets the benefit of the doubt. We see a foul on Baxter, and 2 more from the TAB for Rogers.
6 points in the game so far for Richie. Settled in to the Airs last season.
Hit some huge shots too. I mean, he hit some late game winners on multiple occasions, and he wasn't the #1 offensive threat for them or option, but when it came his way, he always took advantage.
Just above 46% from the three-point line for the Airs last season, Richie Roger as well. So we know that he can do it from downtown. Bit of a bump there. Quentin Bailey stepping across Baxter Jr.
Baxter is a tough cover because he's really light. Players in this league, especially bigs, are used to being able to give that chest to players and then not having it that big of effect. But Baxter Jr., he's not the thickest guy out there, so the smaller amounts of contact are really obvious to the officiating crew, hence him getting these whistles back to the line.
He does have a deceiving turn of speed, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a tall guy. He's up there 6'7"-ish in that range, but he's got those perimeter skills as well. Has been solid from behind the arc today, and he has certainly enjoyed bringing that ball up the court when he's gotten the opportunity.
10 in the game. Misses the second from the TAB. And that margin at 21. Bailey. Azor, can he get going? Had a lightning start to the Airs tonight. Telfer, open corner. Chance here off the wing. Quentin Bailey, if you don't mind.
Offense is much more definitive here in the second half. They're passing the ball around, forcing the Rams to react to pass fakes as well. Nice offense, gets that open look.
Here's Britt, again through traffic, and again all the way off the glass.
Wynyard does a nice job of sealing that final angle, but Taylor Britt does a great job of navigating it to get there.
Seen that a number of times tonight already. Azor gets Ty Wynyard off the floor. Ty actually did very well to avoid contact. Now Azor goes to the basket. I think that'll be Baxter Jr. picked up for the foul there.
Yeah, David Azor, when he went with that pass fake, he probably should have looked for that contact on Wynyard to get to the line. But, you know, discretion is the better part of valor. When you get the big fella up, maybe you don't want him landing on you. Gets it back. Nice, once again, aggressive drive on the rim. Taranaki, they're not settling here in the third quarter. They're taking the open looks when they're there, but they're there because of good offense.
I know we've still got a bit to play out here tonight, Casey, but who have you been most impressed with across the opening round of the Sal's NBL?
Well, I got to go with the Hawks, a team that I don't think too many would have picked to win those 2 games, or even 1 out of 2. To go out and get 2 impressive wins against 2 teams that pretty much everyone expects to be there in the final 6, possibly the final 4. That's a really nice job by a veteran team with a new coach of getting the job done early.
Wynyard, nice little pass there.
The point guard's got to expect that skill.
Here's Richie Roger for 3. That one away to the left.
And you see the difference in the quality of that shot between what they've had those last couple. Nothing wrong with a quick one, but you need good ones.
Baxter Jr. It's an up and back play at the moment here.
That's going to be a legal screen.
Quentin Bailey upending Jared Wilson frame, and it's a big frame to upend as well.
He's thick with 2 C's.
Here it is,
you see,
and no doubt about that.
Yeah, didn't get set. I like the thought process, but if you're not going to get there, you just have to pull out. Or Scotty Telfer, he's got to realize that Bailey's trying to set up that screen. Just give him a little bit of a hesitation so he get himself into position, and then you use it. This comes along to the lines we heard Coach Trent Adam talking to his team in the first half. We want to be fast, but not in a hurry. We're not in a hurry. Play with speed. The way John Wooden used to talk about it, wasn't fast in a hurry, quick, but in a hurry. Always play quick, but not in a hurry.
And the Rams continue to extend this lead. Taylor Britt, again, dribble alive, opens it up for Baxter Jr.
Oh, Jared Wilson frame. Jared Wilson frame was telling him to shoot it, already walking out of the corner, saying, let that one fly, don't even pass it to me.
13 in the game now for Troy Baxter Jr. Here's Scotty Telfer, bullocking his way through the paint. He's off to the TAB.
Scott Telfer, just 1 shot on the evening. Hasn't really been able to get himself involved in the game to a great degree. As we see that look from Baxter Jr. Lets it fly. Nice find by Taylor Britt. Once again, it's the role of Ty Wynyard in the paint. You see multiple defenders. They have to get pulled in by his gravity down there, and that lets those little kickbacks to the back to that weak side wing.
Telfer. I think with that shot, he may have just avoided a lot of Sal's pizza being given away tonight. You mentioned the Saints and the Hawks. Casey, some injury concerns from the Saints to come out of that game last night?
Yeah, really unfortunate for Kyle Adman. Only got less than a minute in the ball game before he had to pull out with an injury that he had received earlier and was trying to work through it, but always got to be careful, especially at this time of the season. A long year. But all credit to the Hawks going in and getting it done once again on the road.
Tom Bogdanovic getting a knock in that game as well. Wilson frame, hot pass inside. Oh, it's going to end up coming off the foot of Rossetto, who somehow has kept that in. Nifty skills there from the big man. Bailey inside, Azor on the step back, can't finish. And the Rams cleaned it up again. Baxter Jr., oh, crossover. Lovely right back to left. He's off to the TAB.
Well, he's been setting that one up. He's had quite a few drives to the cup, all been straight right hand. And it was a nice job of coming back to the left on that move after drawing him in with the pass fake. Creates a lot of space on that right to left crossover and gets himself to the TAB for 2.
Now, I know you love your singlets, Casey. New Balance merch store. There's the QR code. What have you liked so far in round 1?
On the fashion front, on the singlets? Big fan of the Tuatara pinstripes.
Oh, really?
I quite like the pinstripes. But you know, I'm a New Yorker, born and bred in New York. Well, not bred, just born, but Yankees fan from birth. So I see the pinstripes and I'm genetically predispositioned to like them.
I like the crispness of the White Hawks uniform too. Looking sharp. 61-39 midway through the third here in Christchurch tonight. It's a Sunday session every week in the Sal's NBL. Just reaching in there was Tevin Brown. What an opening half he had tonight.
Has a real great feel for the game. Even interviewing at halftime, you can see that he's got a basketball mind as we take a look at his lovely wife and son.
Yep, Francesca and baby Haven, who, well, I think was enjoying the game before.
He was enjoying it earlier.
Hello and welcome to Francesca and Haven out here in New Zealand with Tevin.
It's always difficult to travel to a new country, even more so when you got an infant on with you.
Absolutely.
So best of luck to them.
There he is, little baby Haven.
But don't let him sleep too much now.
Speaking to
That's the number one
Armon Fletcher up over the top of Walter Brown. Boy.
I like what I see out of Fletcher.
Yeah, to the Airs. Need to keep Fletcher going tonight.
He's just explosive athletically. That first step really gets you places. He's got the range as well and a handle to go with it. He is going to cause some problems as this season goes along. As we take a look at that efficiency, 5 for 8 from the field. Hasn't missed from the stripe either.
115 games with Southern Illinois University. Has also spent some time. Yeah, absolutely. Has spent a little bit of time overseas in Luxembourg and Belgium. Here's Brown. Backs it out into the safe hands of Taylor Britt. Oh, spinning. Somehow finds Winion. He can't finish.
That was something, though, I'll tell you what.
Fletcher skips it out, ends up with Benji Freeman. He's bustling his way to the basket, comes up well short, dives up,
hustle,
shows some tenacity. Walter Brown right in there as well.
What's the foul called? Foul on Walter Brown. Interesting. That looked like a loose ball. Look at the effort from Benji Freeman. A little out of control, but love that effort. That's a tough call on Walter Brown. That could have as easily been a whistle on Freeman for tripping him. But instead, the hustle, the aggressiveness. You know, this is a key for all the young basketball players out there. Be aggressive. Aggressiveness gets you the benefit of the doubt.
Great battle there between the two 19-year-olds. And Benji's actually back in home territory. Played for the Canterbury Junior Association. Anzac Rossetto is fouled.
And he's disappointed in that miss. Took his time, nice patience shown. He had that huge size advantage. And now he's adding to what is a pretty low total, just 2 points on 4 shots. But he has not really been given the ball. The big fellas, they got to get hooked up as Wynyard picks up foul number 3. The big fellas, they got to feed the ball in the post. You know, they can't go find them themselves. They're not like the guards. They can't go grab it on the wing and just go to work. You have to really work to get them involved in these game plans.
Rossetto, of course, with the Bulls last season. So he stayed in familiar colours, the black and gold.
Well, you know, it's what works, works. Stay with the black and yellow.
2 of 2 from the TAB, and that lead hovers at 18. Darling. Plenty of highlights tonight. Speaking of highlights, Tevin Brown. And Taylor Britt getting across. Anzac Rosetto swats it away. Armon Fletcher to the hoop. Gets the score.
And he does a nice job. He was looking for the contact, expecting the foul, takes the contact and finishes. Timeout to the Rams, who want to talk things as what was a supremely comfortable lead is starting to get a little bit tighter.
And that's a good sign for the Airs. They needed to do something, build the confidence and force a little bit of pressure back onto the Rams. They've done that. Judd Flavel wants to have a chat.
But you look at the difference in shot quality here in the second half. On the rim, the three-pointers they're getting are working off of that penetration first. And that play, that last play there, created by great defense from Anzac Rosetto on the block and recovery.
Let's have a listen to Judd Flavel.
Right? Our ball, yep. All right, with this group right now, you're running kings, okay? Remember, Tevin, if this is you, slip that one early. This is you here, reject, all right? The other option we have, when next time you run it, is double curl. So if Tevin's coming through, bang, first one curl, second one come up. So you got to wait for the second one, okay?
Right here, I'm gonna be right here when I cut. Hold it 1 second, because he's gonna stay with me right here, and then he turns and looks at you. This shit is open. But don't force it.
We got to clean things up now, right? Let's go, Del. Let's go.
That's what I'm talking about with Tevin Brown in his mind for the game. This is a guy who's been here for 2 days. And he already understands the offense enough to give advice on how we can run this play a little bit better. Talking to assistant coach Ed Book before the game, he could not stop gushing about how impressed he was with his basketball intelligence.
IQ, yep, absolutely. 124 games, Tevin Brown with Murray State University, the Racers. And that basketball IQ is going to come to the fore for the Rams right throughout this season. Tonga into the action now for the Rams, setting that screen for Brown, who gets on the charge, swings it out. Kaya Isaac for 3.
A beautiful delivery by Brown there. Nice, slow developing play that the patience was shown, and that look away at the end gets Kaya Isaac a look.
Freeman, Fletcher spinning.
Oh, that's got to be a foul.
No whistle. Brown back the other way. Good play, good hands from Richie Roger. Landed out of court though.
Another nice play from the Rams offensively, getting to the cup, taking advantage of those change in possessions to turn them into transition opportunities.
Tevin Brown. Ball back in hands. Oh, it gets back to his left, gets to the basket, and he's off to the TAB. Tevin Brown.
Benji Freeman tries to just slap at it because he's a little bit late to get good defensive position. And he didn't get a hand, but he got the body, and that's a good call there because Benji Freeman's inside the charge circle. Any contact in there is illegal, even if you're in good standard guarding position, which he was not. And Tevin Brown rewarded once again for the drive, looking to become even with Baxter Jr. at 15 points for leading scorer in the second for leading scorer for the Rams.
Makes that and makes it look easy. In his last G League game this season with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, played 31 minutes and scored 20. So we knew, or certainly we had an idea of what we were going to get.
That's a very highly talented lead. As you see, Anzac Rosetto working down low, man, against Aiden Tong. That is some considerable strength. In most matchups, Aiden Tong, he's got to feel confident there, but Anzac Rosetto absolutely had him on his back, waiting for that ball to get delivered.
That is a big man sandwich that I do not want to get involved with.
That is a disturbing turn of phrase, Justin. A disturbing turn of phrase, calling them a man sandwich.
3:38 left in the third. Rosetto to the line.
He's got
Getting
the
the
crowd.
Bronx cheers, isn't he?
Well, on the last free throw attempt, he told me to get it louder, or he made the cut. This is a young man who does not mind a little bit of a villain.
And I like that.
That's the best. Nothing better than getting the entire crowd to yell at you and then get him to shut up.
Nails them both.
It's the second part that's key, though.
That lead at 20 as Rosetto takes a seat.
4 points here in the second half. Getting a little bit more active. Just 6 overall to go with 4 boards.
Here's Clinton. Been a good pickup. Returning to the Rams. Brown, Clinton now. Hot pass inside. Looking for Kai Isaac. I think it came off a knee there, so it'll be a Rams ball.
Just 7 on the shot clock. So not a ton of time to get active here.
Quinn Clinton, a product of Christchurch Boys High School, the 24-year-old. Spinning inside, knocked away by Quinton Bailey.
A lot of contact gets let away today.
Freeman somehow hauls it in, somehow gets to the basket.
Still light on his feet. Reggie Freeman just has such excellent footwork every time he gets the ball in the hand.
Tonga. Brown turns the corner, sizes up his options, went back to Aiden Tonga.
You got to start catching those ones, Aiden, because if you drop a couple, the imports start coming to you. They're looking for the assists on the easy setups. Couldn't quite let that one land in the bread basket. So back to Taranaki, trying to dig into this 18-point lead.
Here's Fletcher.
Ooh, shifty.
Nice move.
Oh no, he grabbed the calf. He just popped his calf, unfortunately.
Straight hand to that left calf. Not a good sign for the Airs. Isaac, he can't drop it.
Well, they got to stop the play. They got an injury.
I think they will here. They will, yeah.
And that was a really impressive move, but you know, sometimes when you reach in, look at this jump right here, boom, that little step there, just a little active, and he instantly feels it.
Just very high up on the calf, isn't it?
Interesting spot there. That's not ideal, especially with the promise we've seen from his skill set today. That's the last thing. He's got leading scorer in the game right now, 16 points, 6 for 11 from the field.
We'll keep an eye on that one. Some injury concerns now for the Airs tonight. Marcel Jones and now Armand Fletcher as Quinton Bailey finishes on the turnaround hook.
Nice delivery by Azura, right into the post, straight into the movement for the finish. Airs got to get under the 16 mark.
Foul called there off the ball. That'll be against Scotty Telfer.
I think he fouled him with his face. Always unfortunate. 16 points the difference. And now Rams ball on the baseline. Airs just got to find a way. Oh no, 2 shots it is. They're not running play 2. They're shooting 2 free throws.
Well, it's been a good fighting quarter by the Airs. They were down by 22 at the half. Brown gets the roll.
And it was just that 3-point shooting that still hasn't heated up. 1 for 9 at halftime, 1 for 10 now for the game. So it's always going to be tough when you've got a 27-point discrepancy on made threes.
Tevin Brown there knew that the shot was going to miss and was a little bit too hot off the mark to go in and get his own rebound. 2 minutes to play in this third. Keep an eye on Armand Fletcher down on the sideline, stretching out at the moment. Here's Rosetto. Banging bodies again. He loves contact. And his quarter, his third term, Anzac Rosetto, has been impressive.
Yeah, he's got 6 points now in the quarter. And he's just getting opportunities. You got to feed the big fellas if you want them to contribute.
Brown on the charge, brings it back out. Here's Wilson Frame. Into the corner, Max Darling! You always know. The eyes light up with Maxwell Darling.
He got his steps in. That help came late. And that would have been a dead body if he would have pulled that one off.
There's another shot of it.
Man, that is the promise of Max Darling, you know, with that kind of frame, but to get that kind of explosiveness up off the floor, that is just so impressive. Good foul there.
7.6 rebounds tonight for Max Darling. That thunderous dunk in the first half. What have you made of his game?
He's been looking solid. I mean, it's tough to tell with the across-the-board contributions for this Rams side this evening. You know, everybody's just been so in the flow. Everybody's looking great out there. As we take a look after those making those shots, 15 points the difference. Sorry, 17 points the difference. 15 in the gym, so we've got a bit of a discrepancy on the score sheet.
Offensive foul called against Benji Freeman. And it's not impossible. Let's not forget, the Bulls led by 11 points with 4 minutes to play on Thursday night and lost to the Hawks in overtime.
Well, led by 7 with 1:30, so anything can happen. If there's one place a miracle can occur occasionally, it's at the end of a basketball game.
Here's Ty Wynyard and Zach Rossetto. What a contest. The Airs win out and Zach Rossetto goes down.
That is exactly what it is. Two big bodies contesting the space as Wilson Frame gets called for the foul.
Plenty of contact in the last minute or so of this game. Dying stages of the third.
Yeah, Jared Wilson Frame, he's a guy who has not really imposed himself on this game, but you can see the talent. Only a temporary import replacement for the Rams, as they're waiting on a third signature whose name escapes me at the moment. I can't pull it out of the thin air, but they've been pleased with what they got from him. The crowd happy for a missed free throw because they're looking for missed free throw number 2.
We know what's coming if he misses this one. Scotty Telfer, he makes it. Much to the disgust.
Disgust, that's a bit stronger. I was going with chagrin.
Margin at 17. Wynyard somehow scoops it down, turns to the basket.
He's got hoovers for hands, man. They suck everything up. If you get that in his frame, in that no-fly zone if you're a defense, he's just got such a great ability to, with those soft hands, to catch the basketball. Takes the contact that time and will look to add to his 4-point total.
One of the best 3x3 players in the world right now, Ty Wynyard.
He's certainly reaching his potential in that segment of the game. I think he's worked so hard the last few years to get his body back into shape, to get his head back into a place where he loves the game of basketball. You know, got a young son as well.
Makes the second. Benji Freeman goes with a very obvious hook, but that has gone unseen. And he will head to the TAB line.
Well, free flowing in the first half. It is bogged down just a bit here in the third.
It's been a bit of a dour battle this quarter. Plenty of stories emerging though. Troy Baxter Jr., Tevin Brown, exciting. Armon Fletcher, been great for the Airs, but maybe an injury concern.
Well, he doesn't look like he's too concerned over there on the bench. He hasn't gone to get iced up or taped up, so my guess is he's done for the day, but Armon Fletcher doesn't look overly injured at this point.
And the Airs have a big double next week, Casey, against the Tuatara and the Hawks. There's Tevin Brown for 3. Battle underneath. Ty Wynyard wanted a whistle. There was a whistle, it just didn't go his way.
I'll tell you what, if the ball is in my hands and I'm getting hit while I'm trying to possess it, I would like a whistle on a foul, as opposed to just a change of possession.
Maybe a missed opportunity there for the Airs to take a Sky City player timeout. They get nothing out of the last second or so of that third quarter, and at 3-quarter time, the Rams continue to lead this one. They're up by 14. Unlimited action in the Cowles NBL right across round one. Sunday night session tonight, the Rams and the Airs. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. And Casey, the Airs with a little bit of a fight back that quarter.
They got themselves under control. They did a better job on the glass. They closed the gap there, created better looks. And once again, did a nice job of getting to the free throw stripe. 10 for 10 at halftime, well, 23 for 25 in that game. 13 free throw attempts in that quarter.
Can they continue to chip away over this final 10 minutes? Judd Flavel, good enough to join us as the Rams get an early steal here. We'll stick with the play for a second as Ty Wynyard slams it down. Just the start you wanted to this last quarter, Judd.
Yeah, I kind of missed how that happened, but just got to have a more of a presence defensively. We were soft in that quarter. Fouling them, sending them to the foul line. Easy baskets around the easy points around the basket just like that. So, yeah, intensity needs to step up here from defensively.
Well, that last bucket notwithstanding, to my eye, it seems like you guys have a renewed commitment to the defensive end, especially with the level of physicality you guys are out there playing with, really forcing Taranaki to have to get through you guys to get done what they want. Is that part of the mindset this season?
Oh, it has to be, Casey. You know that. I mean, we've got some weapons here this year, and I guess for us it's going to be all about the defense. I don't think the offense is going to be too much of a problem as soon as we know how to play together. Yeah, it's all on the defensive end.
John, appreciate your time as always, mate. Best of luck throughout the season. Looking forward to seeing what the Rams can do in 2023. Looking forward to seeing what Benji Freeman can do.
When you picks up I'm going to guess that's his foul.
Overall, even though the Airs fighting back in that third quarter, you would think...
Did he just put his hand... I love that he put his hand straight up, like he was straight up as he was swinging through to try and knock that ball out of the sky.
You would think Judd Flavel would be pretty happy with what he's seen tonight.
No, he's a coach. He's never happy. Well, that's the thing about coaching. Whatever you've done and shown that yourself is capable of, there's a higher level to get to. So if you play your best, that just shows the coach that you're capable of that, and you should be delivering it more often.
Benji Freeman puts a couple away, and he's been productive in the second half.
Well, it seems like a mindset shift for the Airs here in the second half, and good news with Armand Fletcher back on the court.
That is good news if you're an Airs fan, especially with what's to come in round two.
We're just a fan of basketball. You never want to see guys missing time for injury. Always unfortunate when that happens. His fourth foul on Scott Telfer there, an unlucky one. He'll head to the bench.
Unlike Scotty Telfer to rack up the fouls.
Well, not those type. he normally earns it. He understands he's got 5 in the quiver to give away. So he normally hits the target he wants to, and that one just wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately.
Can I just add to that I love watching Scott Telfer play.
You dug yourself a little hole there.
I'm not going to make it any bigger. Taylor Britt, a little bit of a hesitation. Bumps Armon Fletcher out of the way and puts it down for another 2. How about the game of Taylor Britt tonight?
Just really under control once again. Reading exactly what the defense is giving him, not forcing anything, and does a nice job of shaking things as he's up to 13 points with 4 assists, a couple of steals as well.
Been involved in everything, hasn't he? And I like Quinn Clinton, who's backing him up this season as well.
Richie Rogers sells that call. Because there has been that equivalent of contact on, I would say, 85% of ball handling today.
Fletcher slapping the ball. Puts it into Rossetto. Nowhere to go on Max Darling. Good defense. He'll get it back. Reaching around there, Darling. Picked up for the foul.
We got those hands in on that second opportunity. That first one, what he did so well was play with his body. As Anzac Rossetto turned to that right shoulder, he closed the space with his chest and didn't give any breathing room. On that second entry, it was all hands, and that's what you get called for in the post.
Averaged 14 points and 9 rebounds a game at the under-19 World Cup, Max Darling. Lucky there for the Airs. They've already had a couple of turnovers early in this quarter.
Really nice show by Max Darling. And he's looking a bit lighter than he was a season ago. Word from the coaching staff, he's put in some great work this last couple of months. And it is paying dividends.
Still only 22 years of age.
Still has a bright future. This is one of the reasons I'm really excited to see him reach his potential.
Wilson Frame with the foul. His first game in the Sal's NBL tonight. Did some really nice things in that first half.
Picks up foul number 3.
The Airs just continuing to hang around. They need a lot to go right from here, though. Rossetto, can he start it? Up strong between traffic. Had an open shot in the end. Baxter Jr. lays it off. Wilson Frame. And this Rams crowd are pretty happy with what they're seeing from their 3 brand new shiny imports.
Well, Baxter Jr. is just begging to let the dogs out in this athleticism. He just wants a fast break, a shot blocking opportunity, something. Instead, he just sets the table for an easy Wilson Frame finish.
Jared Wilson Frame here for the opening part of the season before Kendrick Ray will come in and replace him. Benji Freeman into the corner. Richie Roger loves a 3. That one well off. Anzac Rossetto there to finish it off. Once, twice, 3 times. Not on this occasion.
Well, good, strong work underneath you. And this is what I really want to keep seeing from Anzac Rossetto. When he has that physical advantage he has the court right now, is enforcing your will on the offensive and defensive glass. Because I did speak a lot earlier about big guys, they need to be fed the ball to be involved in things. But when you're not fed the ball, it's your job to go out and get it. And that's where you get it, off the glass.
Talented family, Anzac Rossetto. Auntie Brenda Allison, 50 games with the Tall Ferns. First one drops. Uncle Ricky Allison won 3 NFL championships with the San Francisco 49ers. Father Alan and Uncle Morris both played for the Māori All Blacks. I mean, that is a sporting family.
That's not bad. And always nice to see that next generation continue the tradition.
How about Uncle Ricky? 3 NFL championships with the 49ers.
Good to play with the Niners in the late 80s, early 90s.
Taylor Britt has had some sort of a game tonight. Foul there reaching in over the back against Max Darling.
Anzac Rossetto was looking for that same foul call a couple plays ago on the offensive glass. Didn't get it, but that will be foul number 5 for Big Max Darling. His night is finished. And a deserved whistle there, despite his protestations.
What do the Airs take out of this game tonight as we head to a timeout, Casey?
Well, I think first and foremost, this looks like a team that needs to get familiar with one another. I think secondly, what we've seen in this second half is a much more deliberate offense. You know, last year the Airs up and down free flowing. Not quite sure that's what this lineup's going to look like this year. They're going to have to get better efficiency in the half court.
We have to play clean. They've got secondary and third dudes in now around their imports. We can be smart, we can stunt, we can get back, we can peel, we can do what we need to do. Head taps will be great. Why? Benji gets to go at one of these turtles. Make sure we got active hands and active feet for kick-outs or inside catches. They're small inside, so if Aiden is marking Anzac, it should be like nothing low, like throw it up to Anzac. Catch high, land, go up again. You don't have to dunk it, just catch high, finish high. We're cool? We're doing all right? I mean, great job, great job. Downhill.
So Trent Adam talking positively, trying to get his troops up for the final 7 minutes here. Speaking of getting the troops up, that's my job on Wednesday nights, to get Casey Frank and Andrew Mulligan in order for Hoopheads.
Yeah, just see if you can dress up this weekend.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I felt completely underdressed last week. How about you two turning up in shorts and shirts?
That's not true. I was wearing long pants.
You're lucky nobody can see beneath the desk.
Max Darling's not done. 9 points, 8 rebounds. Good effort from him.
Yeah, I think so. I think he won't be happy about fouling out. But I think 9 and 8, good start for Max Darling. He's happy.
Crowd's excited. We're looking for that slice.
Sal's Pizza on the way if we get a miss here. Rossetto. Nothing but nets.
Maybe an 18-point game, but the game within the game between Anzac Rossetto and these fans on free throws has been extremely entertaining.
Tong into the action. Tong brings it back out. Shot clock down to 5. Got to go now, the Rams. Oh, great pass. Baxter Jr. to Aiden Tong. How about that, Casey?
Oh, that's really excellent recognition of Baxter Jr. there as Freeman gets to the cup for the finish. Through Baxter Jr. Baxter Jr. is looking like another player that the Rams have picked up. Showed us another very diverse skill set, passing, defending, and scoring the basketball.
Long and lean, isn't he? 15 points in the game for Troy Baxter Jr. tonight. Britt wants some space to work in. Did he travel there? Yeah, feet left the ground, says Sasha Nicholson.
I'd like to take a second look at it. I was a bit obscured over here, but that's a move he quite often pulls off. Let's see, does he get those both feet off?
Oh, great call.
There it is.
Tell you what, how about the work of our crew here tonight to pick that up as well? Big thumbs up.
Yeah, they're doing well. This is a very physical battle for early season hit out. They've managed it reasonably well.
Azor, Rossetto, just strength inside.
And as this game where it goes on, we're seeing Taranaki starting to wear down that defense of the Rams, but it could just be a case of too little, too late.
Bouncing around, Tevin Brown.
Yeah, running into Anzac Rossetto will send you the other direction a few meters.
Like a pinball.
Back to the paint. They are really giving the ball to Rossetto here in the second half.
Good to see, isn't it? A few to beat, and he does just that.
And talking to the crowd, let them dance. Down to 14, 5 minutes to go. As much celebrations as this team has had, or as the crowd has had, it is not over yet.
That lead down to 14, as you said, and Rossetto up to 14. He's been good in this last quarter. That's a tough one, and a big block there for Anzac Rossetto. Tough shot in the end for Taylor Britt. He's been involved in everything, hasn't he?
And Rossetto looking for a quick sub here. Spending a lot of energy these last few plays, so we're here too.
As you can see there, Casey, he's really come to life in this second half. Scoring at one end, blocking at the other. Just says to Taylor Britt, You're not going to get past me there,
It's
Sunshine.
amazing how much better you are at scoring when you actually get to catch the basketball occasionally. 14 points for Rosetto, 4 for 9 from the field, 7 rebounds. Has really implanted himself in the game in the second half.
And a turnover here. So all of a sudden, pressure on the Rams. Just under 5 to play. Marcel Jones doing his best to referee the game on the sidelines. Azor, under pressure, gets it across the half. A big basket here would definitely get the visitors up and about.
Not a bad look, but couldn't get it to drop.
Slip pass inside to Wynyard again. Quick hands.
Well,
Baxter Jr.
If I'm Trinidad, I'm getting Anzac Rosetto back in this game immediately, and he does, as I look to the left.
Hello, Trent.
That is, get your quick blow, get your speed back, but we are in this game. And we've got to do it as we've had the second player foul out, Quinn Bailey. He is now done for the day, off 6 points and 3 rebounds.
Kevin Brown, too much room inside. Had a little bit more than he thought there. Anzac Rosetto with another rebound, and Benji going to work on that occasion. He was a steam train.
Well, it looks to me that Benji Freeman is used to dribbling up against Anzac Rosetto. This time he came up against somebody who's not quite the brick wall. Nice job putting your body on the line, seeing that there's a big who's might be a little bit under control. He baits him with it, and after he bites, he takes the charge.
Timeout called. Just over 4 minutes to play tonight. The closing game of the opening round to the Sal's NBL season. 14-point margin. The Airs not going away. Second half has been impressive. They were down by 22 at the half. Here's Trent Adam.
We've got some people here working really, really hard. Rather than wasting energy sprinting if there's nothing on, it might be better just to set that early one, free them up, and now they can play a little bit downhill. You're putting in a ton of work, and we're not really getting rewarded for that. So rather than going, like now if you go and he's not there, sweet, but if not, turn around, free up our guards, and now we can play in a little bit of space. Defensively, doing a really, really good job. Ty is on 4 fouls. Number 14 is on 4 fouls. So we can be aggressive, play off 2 feet, up fake. Cool.
Well, the Airs aren't out of this, Casey. They are definitely up and about, coming out positively. I think there's still a chance here.
Absolutely. 4 minutes left. The offense starting to slow down for the Rams, who've had 11 points through this quarter, which is amongst their lower scoring quarters of the half quarters of the night.
And it doesn't seem that long ago we were talking about Anzac Rosetto having just 2 points in the game.
Happens quick. He came out motivated in the second half, and it's had a huge effect on the ball game, despite the Airs still shooting just 1 for 11 from 3.
Let's see if they can get a stop here. Good handles from Wynyard. Tevin Brown for 3. Walter Brown gets after it, so too Benji Freeman.
The effort levels have been much higher in all aspects of the game for the Airs here in the second half.
Fletcher has shaken off that calf niggle. Rosetto again strong. And will this count? No, waved away.
Yeah, he clearing space on the interior. Great job. And Fletcher, he had that calf earlier. He's grabbing it again. I wonder if it was a cramp.
That's the way it's looking at the moment.
Because he's grabbing his other leg now, and you know that is to be expected when you've been on that long flight. You get extremely dehydrated, and we see the drive, and yeah, but that's good to know that that wasn't a calf injury, but it was a cramp. And when you try and keep playing on a cramp, you can sort of get through it, but they keep coming back anytime, especially when it's a calf. Anytime you try and get some of that explosive movement.
Rosetto heads back to the battle with the crowd from the TAB. First one's good.
This could be free throws 9 and 10. He's hit 7 of them, of those 9 attempts so far. So excellent job of converting from the TAB once he gets there.
And this will bring it back to 12. I wouldn't mind converting.
They're saying that went up through. I didn't think it went up and through, and I didn't think it deserved a whistle to be stopped because it didn't quite go all the way, but that is not the opinion.
I'm with you on that one.
Officials.
Wynyard, Brown has Wynyard loose momentarily. Brick now switches play out to Walter Brown. He gets on the charge from the TAB, drops a handy shot for the Rams.
Just his second look of the day. Been very patient waiting for that ball to get him, but got a little aggressive on that one to good measure.
Azor had a lightning start tonight, been a little bit quiet since, but that'll help.
Just his 4th point since the first quarter, sitting on 12 now, but a timely drive on that possession.
Got to get a stop here, the Airs. Tevin Brown, smart, he knows time's on their side, backs it back out, creates some space, and all the space in the world for Troy Baxter Jr. What a game he's had tonight. What a setup by Tevin Brown. Created the space. And what a sweet finish, Casey. Rosetto back to the basket. Will get a second look and makes it.
How about the second half for Anzac Rosetto? 15 points now. And getting on the glass as well, dominating. I think he just had 2 rebounds at halftime, up to 10 there. A double-double for the young fella.
Baxter Jr., 4 of 6 from deep. He has 18 in the game. Space in the corner for Tevin Brown.
Freeman got hammered.
Brown gets back, almost takes it away from the Airs. Oh, big shot, David Azor.
Uh-oh.
And look at this, 11.
Who is knocking on the door? And Tevin Brown, he's grabbing something down as well. He does not look in good form right now.
Let's keep an eye on this injury.
Not sure the physios for the Rams have noticed yet. They're coming over now.
Teams have headed to the bench.
Is that a twisted ankle? Let's see what physio's down, taking a look at his knee. Oh, that's concerning.
Back to his feet. I just wonder whether it's a cramp again or more serious than that. It's hard to tell, isn't it? Gives a little point there to his left knee. 11-point margin, Casey. 2:07 to play. Good to see that Brown is walking off under his own steam and hopefully okay.
Hey, I like the punch. Punch right here, go this side. All right, make the pop. Here, now, Anzac is here. I want you to roll this time. Roll. Then the guard attack that one. Got to get heat on the paint. Ty's going to be wide open on the roll, okay?
Well, still a lot to play out here. Definitely been a good half for the Airs. And they have kept the Rams honest. In their house tonight here at Cowles Stadium. Huge first half to the home team. Led by 22 at the break. But the Airs have battled away.
You know, this is just another chapter in the book that is this new Taranaki Airs. A few years back, they might have folded, but this is a team that had championship aspirations a season ago as when you can't finish.
We'll get another look, though.
But you know, down 22, they came out and they went back to work. They went to the grindstone. They didn't just let it fly. They just didn't take bad shots. They started getting better quality shots, lifted their defensive intensity. And while it's still down 9 points, they have worked their way back into this game to the point where it's possible for them to steal one.
And I know we've sung the praises of Rosetto, but what about Benji Freeman in this second half? Just 19 years of age. Baxter Jr. Wynyard with the rebound and the putback. That's handy.
9 points and 8 rebounds for him now as he continues to impose his will in the game.
Speaking of imposing his will, Rosetto continues to do that.
Nice job there by Anzac Rosetto, going straight to the body of the shot blocker. When you're coming up against an athlete like that, you cannot give him space to get his jump off. You have to close it. You have to grind up against him before you get that shot going.
Third personal foul for Baxter Jr. Rosetto back at the TAB. Spent a lot of time there tonight. first one. He's good. He's been impressive from the line.
Been great from the line, especially considering he's been challenging the crowd to challenge him. 73%, 8 for 11. Can he make it 9 for 12? He cannot.
Freeman, rebound, chance, hesitation, slapped away. Took too much time in the end, gave the Rams a chance.
That's the athleticism of Baxter Jr. there. I think a good decision by Freeman. If he would have gone with a quick one there, that would have been very quickly taken down.
At 12, 1:41 to play. Telfa for 3. Comes up short. Now that's come off the hand of
he just touched it. Wynyard caught it out of bounds.
That should be an Ayers ball.
That's a really bad miss. Unfortunately there, as Trent Adams comes and points to us saying that should have been their ball. Did not, he had already made the call and looked the other direction. Didn't see Wynyard grab it.
Here's Taylor Britt. We'll just use some time here, you'd think, although in the end, Baxter Jr. wants none of that.
He wants highlights, that's what he wants.
Britt will go late on the shot clock, misses everything. He's come up with it. Time ticking down. Perhaps too late for the Ayers. David Azor.
Perhaps not.
Big basket from Azor. That lead at 9. And the Ayers have to get up here.
Well, I still see it pretty difficult for the Ayers to try and get through this one. But they found that stroke late, maybe just in time.
Got a foul to give. Baxter Jr. inside, skips around, gets the second shot. Why not? What a game he's had.
Up to 20 points, his 5th rebound on that play as well. And has really affected things on the defensive end with his shot blocking at the same time.
Well, if you're an Ayers fan, given where you were at halftime, as Azor gets to the hoop.
He got blocked by the rim, but he'll take the bucket late. 20 points, great second half here by Azor. 12 points building on that 8-point first quarter.
I think Ayers fans will be happy with what they've seen in the second half here. They just gave up too much. And the Rams on their way to victory. Britt to the corner. Walter Brown finishing it off tonight for the Rams. 8 seconds to play. Timeout called here by the Ayers.
Well, Coach Trent Adams, he's thinking count back at this point. 12 points the difference now. But at this point in the season, that's some great long-term thinking by Coach Trent Adams, understanding that, hey, as close as this competition looks to be this season, you are gonna have to get every point you can get.
Here's a replay, G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay. Second effort there from Baxter Jr. Out in the corner. Oh, there we go. Took you a while to get that out tonight.
Well, you didn't stop talking, so I couldn't say it.
Walter Brown, who has become a real sharpshooter in the corner, hasn't he?
He's a talented player. I mean, he's just coming into what he is going to be as a professional. He's got great athleticism, excellent instincts, but as his games come along, you can see that he's just letting himself come into the game. 10 points now, and that's after just 4 points to the first 3 quarters. So always hanging around, 3 for 3 from the field, hasn't missed from deep, from the line. But those, very similar to what I was saying about Anzac Rosetto, he's a guy that I think can get involved on the offensive glass, on the defensive glass as well. He's that kind of multifaceted player that can affect the game all over the hardwood.
Dying seconds here, Rams victory tonight. The Ayers will try for a late score here, if they can. Thinking about that head-to-head, as you were talking about, Casey. Telfer to bring it in. Rosetto on the hook with the miss. Rams will finish this one off. They get the win tonight by 12 points in the end. Impressive stuff on their home deck. The Ayers, of course, still have Anthony Hilliard, top scorer in the league last season. He will arrive over the next couple of weeks. So the Ayers will definitely strengthen up. But tonight, it's about the Rams. And how about Troy Baxter Jr.? What a game. Here he is with Casey.
Well, Troy, you guys came in well, really dominated in the first half. They worked their way back in, but what are the positive signs you take from your first hit out with the Rams?
I would say, you know, just our intensity. You know, we've just been practicing hard all week. You know, we have really one of the most talented teams in the league. I really feel that way, and really what's going to separate ourselves is just our intensity and our will to win.
You guys got a ton of offensive weapons. You really shared the ball well, but I was impressed by your highlight level athleticism. Did a great job out there on the glass, had some big dunks. We're going to be expecting a lot more of that. Did we just scratch the surface today?
Oh, man, this is just this is the first of many highlights, but at the end of the day, I'm not for the highlights. I'm just playing 100 miles per hour.
Tell me a little bit quickly about what you think about the local talent. You know, it's the first time getting over here. Quite often you get to a country and you say, oh, maybe we got some players, maybe we don't, but look like you got some nice young talent that contributed to the win today as well.
Definitely. The local talent here is amazing. And also, they're very physical. Very, very, very physical. So that's something, you know, I have to get used to myself. So I'm definitely impressed with the league entire as a whole. So I'm enjoying it.
Oh, that bump and grind's going to get better, but thanks for the time, Troy, and a great win.
Thank you.
Well, he had a big game tonight, didn't he, Baxter Jr.? 20 points in the game, getting used to the physicality. The Rams out of the blocks early. Baxter Jr. was involved in everything, putting down some big shots. A lot of fun to watch. Tevin Brown, how about that? One of the highlights of the night. And Baxter Jr., no doubt, has built up a very early fan base here at the Cowles Stadium. Let's have a look at the stats with thanks to the TAB.
And the Airs did a nice job of staying in the game despite that 3 for 14 from deep. A really nice overall performance by Canterbury. They slowed down a little bit in that fourth quarter, which you tend to do with a big lead, but a physical team that's got scoring all over the court.
Well, round one has come to a close, but gee, it's been a lot of fun. The Hawks Thursday night got the Bulls in overtime. Ethan Rusbatch with that big 3 to level it up and send it into OT. The Sharks, you saw that game on Friday night, solid.
There are a lot of good teams across this league, and it's not just the teams that got the wins. The teams that got losses this week, they're going to be around to the end of the season.
Tuatara and the Hawks closed it out on a Saturday. And there's today's action. Nuggets by 1 and Rams tonight by 12. We now look forward to round 2 in the Sal's NBL, and it all starts on Thursday night.
It does. Get ready to it. A Saints and Bulls team, 2 teams that are going to be desperate to get back in the winning ledger after disappointing starts to the season.
And Airs with the double. They're on the road. A loss tonight. Now they take on the Tuatara and Hawks. That's tough.
A couple of double roads for the Bulls as well. Going from Wellington to Nelson. It's a short trip, but it's a tough one.
Let's have a look at the Sunday action in round 2. The Rams back at home take on the Jets. And as we said earlier, no love lost. Nuggets and Sharks next Sunday night live on Sky Sport and Prime. That'll be a ripper.
Nothing like a battle for the South. Let's get into it.
Looking forward to it. The season is underway in the Sal's NBL. The Rams, they get the win tonight. Impressive imports coming in. Taylor Britt leading the way. Young Walter Brown. And how about Troy Baxter Jr.? If you're a Rams fan, you're pretty happy with what you've seen tonight. Airs, don't despair. Long season ahead.
that's how it